That's hard. Where you get those from?
Uh, Mother-in-law's company that she's working with, Tinkata Turf.
Are you live?
I am live,
Okay, it
live,
shit
baby.
said couldn't go live for some reason.
No, we live. We live, baby. You
Yeah,
know
we
who we are? Who are we? Who
we
are we?
are dude
Bros with mics. Who are we?
bros with mics.
Oh, okay.
I just
Nice.
want y'all to take a time out. See how curly the curls is popping today. Hey, you see it, don't you? Yes, bros with mics. We are back reviewing the or reacting actually to the AP Top 25 Week 2. It says Week 3 on the site, but this is only the second time that we've gotten these.
Yeah, it's
I guess
weird.
it would be the Week 3 schedule, but the Week 2.
Technically, because you had 0 week. Does 0 constitute as 1 now? Is that what we? We got new math
Yeah,
nowadays.
I
These
guess.
kids are learning
Yeah,
new math.
I guess 0 does because you have preseason, so 0 will be preseason, right?
I guess so. I don't know. I went to public school. I'm just saying. I went to public school, so hey man, can't
Barely.
beat them all. Barely. But let's get into it. Actually, we found a new feature, your boy. I know how to do this now. Let everybody see what we're looking at, so you can understand what I'm looking at when I'm looking at it. Right? Understand what I'm looking at when I'm looking at it.
Okay, heard.
Does that make sense?
No,
Okay.
not gonna lie to you.
But I want you to see what I'm seeing. See through my eyes, the eyes of T. Tom, what's up, y'all? So we got the AP Top 25. We kind of knew the first few were going to be was Georgia and Michigan. They didn't lose. They got the job done pretty easily. So
Are you not going to start from 25 down?
no, I was going to start 1 through 5 because my biggest gripe are going to be the top 10. So the rest I'm not too upset about. So I'm going to go this way. 1, 2, 3. We understand it. Florida State got a great win over LSU at the beginning of the season, so they deserve to be down where they're at right now. And Texas, don't mess with Texas, boy. What I tell you, it was horns up the other day. Now forget about Texas. They did the job they needed to do for me, and it's back to horns down. Right? How'd you feel about that game? How do you feel about Texas being number 4 after that game? You don't like it? You don't like it?
No, I mean,
you don't like it. Come on,
honestly,
unbiased opinion, just true unbiased opinion. How you like that?
No, I mean, honestly, if you ask me, I'm just honestly, you just kind of threw me off how you was going, but I'm getting back on board.
Oh,
Yeah, you was like 1 through 5, then we going back to 25, then we coming back down. But no, that's cool. We do things different on the show. So we're gonna go from Texas and at number 4. What I think about it is FSU and Texas might be the best 2 teams right now in college football.
Okay.
That's a simple way to put it. I mean, period. Texas, look, I told you last week, their defense was defensing. Florida State, look, the game was close in the first half with LSU, but and like I said, this is week 1. It's a lot of growing pains. It's a lot of things to figure out about your program, about your players. But as of today, if you put those people against anybody, I think they probably beat
the majority of the teams on this list. You feel like they are better than the majority of teams on this list?
I think that they are.
Okay.
I can't complain. The bias me, I like Oklahoma's defense. Their offense has some stuff to work out, but I do like, and I'm not trying to be biased, but I do like Oklahoma. I do like Colorado. I like Bama still. I like Texas. I like Florida State. I like USC. Really, just their defense. But I mean, I just feel like Florida State right now and Texas, they just on 2 different playing fields right now.
Yeah, at this time of year, I think they've got it together. Sometimes it takes a few weeks for everybody to get it together, right? You got some gelling there. You got some new people out there, especially after this big draft class where a lot of people lost a lot of talent. And Texas managed to get the job done without Bijan down there. That was a big part of their offense last year, losing him. But Quinn Ewers came into that game steadfast, and Brian Denny, and rode the tide. And I enjoyed it every minute of it. But back to the real UTs who I really care about. You were no longer UT, which is why they use the Longhorn now. You would not see UT anymore. They lost that right when they decided to come over. So I'm here for it, and I completely agree with them two being 2 of the best teams on this list right here. The Vols kind of is a little rocky on Rocky Top. Let's just say that. And we got a couple comments that we are going to address with that when we go back to this list. But USC at 5, Ohio State at 6. I still don't like Ohio State that much on this list. I feel like they're going to get exposed when they run into Michigan, Penn State later on this year. But 6 is where they're at since they're still undefeated. And I mean, you can't
Yeah, I
really
mean,
knock them down too far.
Ohio State, they kind of had a good week. This week, the quarterback and is it McLeod?
Mhm.
Something like that. I'm sorry, y'all. But Ohio State's quarterback, he had a decent game. I mean, they weren't playing nobody major, but
Mhm.
he did seem to get his confidence up a little bit. So, I mean, we just gotta wait and see. I still think they're the third best in that conference, in the Big
Mhm.
Ten conference. But like I said, we just gotta wait and see on Ohio State and see their true identity.
Yeah, I completely agree. Penn State, I feel like you said, are a better team. They deserve to be probably switched with them in that, but they run into each other later on this year, so we can get that squared away. Washington at 8, Notre Dame at 9. Notre Dame is rolling right now, man. They really are.
I mean, don't sleep on Washington. They
I'm
are
not by any
putting
means. I think they might
points
take
up.
the Pac-12.
Yeah,
Honestly,
and so we can't speed past Washington. Like Washington is not one of my favorites to win the Pac-12. I mean,
yeah.
you got Washington, Utah, and USC. And did you know this is the first time that each Power Five conference is included into the top five?
Really, you're right. SEC, right? Wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's pretty dope right there. I mean, it's not gonna be Power Five much longer.
Since excuse me, since 2017,
Oh,
but
okay.
since the first time since 2017. But yeah, each Power Five conference is
Has
in
a
the top five.
representative up there. That's
Yeah,
I like that, man.
yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I didn't
More
notice that,
diversity.
but now I do. You guys are dope. You're right. Got the SEC, Big Ten, ACC, Big 12, and the Pac right there. Nice.
Yep.
That's dope. Now is my biggest gripe right here. Alabama at 10. We at this point, I think ESPN has confirmed they're biased. In life, there's verbal and nonverbal forms of body language, and this is their nonverbal form of body language, letting us know that hey, we are going to keep Alabama in the top 10. We have a apparent, obvious bias for these people. That game was not as close as the score indicated. Alabama, I don't understand why it's still in the top 10. They're there, but it's okay because it helps our strength of schedule. Maybe when we come into the Brian Denny, we can do the same thing and get a free dub out of them at the end of the day. How you feel about that? How you feel about Bama at 10 right there? Honestly.
So I kind of disagree with you. You said that you feel as the game was a little more one sided than what the
It
score
was, yes,
indicated.
I feel like Texas had control throughout that game. They were controlling the clock. They were managing the time. They were moving the ball. It was a little bit more dominant than the score indicated at the end of the day. I think the score should have been maybe another 2 possessions different swing towards Texas right there.
I mean, you can say that. Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah, it's always woulda,
Hindsight's
coulda, shoulda.
always 2020. But I mean, I do think that Texas did have control of the game, but Bama wasn't far behind. Bama was on the heels that whole time. I think the score is how it kind of should have played out. I mean, Texas was their defense was really controlling the game in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, 34 points is still a good amount to score on a good talented Bama defense, but um, I mean, Texas had a couple miscues, so did Bama. But that happens in a football game.
Yeah.
Everybody wants the perfect game, right? But that
Mhm.
doesn't happen always. Um, but I think the score indicated how the game went with everything considered. So I mean, I like Texas at 4.
Mhm.
I think Bama could have fell to like 11. I'm not mad at 10, 6 spots. I mean, but I think do I think they're better than Tennessee?
To be determined. After the Austin Peay showing, I got a little gripe for my team. I got a
Yeah,
couple
I
gripes
mean,
for my team.
I really can't sit here and say that anybody above Bama is better or below, I guess, in rankings.
Yeah,
As
11
far as
through
11
25.
through 25 is just better than Bama. I can't really say that, so I'm
I wouldn't
not
say
mad at
necessarily better, but on par at that point in time. But still, for them to lose, and I don't think anybody else on this list uh, took an L this weekend. So for Alabama to be the loser and still in the top 10, I don't like it. But I digress. I don't make the polls. I don't disagree with it per se because
We just work
I want
here.
to yeah I want to play them and get my strength schedule up and beating them again. So we go to number 11. My team, I don't like them being out of top 10, but they kind of deserve it. We start off way too slow.
Did y'all fall back?
Yes,
Oh,
we
okay.
were 9 back to 11. I don't enjoy that at all. With the way we played, we started with that weather delay, and then moved into a very, very slow start. At one point, we were actually losing to Austin P uh, in the second quarter. That
I'm
is,
not a fan of Joe Milton, bro. I'm just gonna put it out there. I ain't a fan of him. I don't know what it is. And
he's just,
y'all's defense looks shaky, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you know that right now. I ain't a
yeah,
fan of Joe Milton. He got a good arm, don't get me wrong, and he's a
yeah.
good size.
He
But
has some stuff he got to tighten down, man, because it's Rocky on Rocky Top right
he
now.
got some screws loose with that arm right now.
Yeah,
So
he tweak. I'm telling you, little tweaks, he'll get it back in. He just has to dial it in. He dial it in, we're on the money. And but a few of those drops weren't even his fault. A couple of our receivers just dropped the ball. Thornton from Oregon came down, and he wasn't all there. But it's okay. I digress. Pushing through the list right here. The Utes at 12, Oregon 13, LSU 14, and KSU at 15. How you feel about that?
I don't think Utah's better than Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
I think Oregon probably beats maybe a Tennessee, honestly.
I don't know.
Possibly.
I don't think their defense is just there quite yet.
But I don't think
Go ahead,
Tennessee's is either though.
Well,
I really
that
don't.
SEC branded defense is different on that
It
line.
is. It
That's
is. I
really
get you.
different.
I get what you're saying. It is.
Yeah.
But I I don't think Utah's better than Oregon, and I don't, especially without Cam Rising. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, without Cam Rising, I can see Utah being like 15,
Yeah.
really. But it's hard to say who Utah is without Cam Rising.
Mm-hmm.
It really
You're
is
not
at this
getting the
point.
true face of Utah without him.
Yeah. So, and LSU, I still think LSU will come out and they're probably maybe one more loss on their schedule to Bama, maybe. But
Mm-hmm.
I think LSU's still a solid team. I don't think. I mean, considering they do have a loss on their record, so you can't really put them above anybody in front of them as far as Oregon, Utah, and Tennessee. But and then Kansas State. Oh, Kansas State's a weird team, bro. Like
Yeah,
some,
they're sometimey. I think they're
they,
real.
they
Losing
are.
Juice Vaughn they're not the same potent as they was this past year without him. They're sometimey. They might come in and drop 40 on you, or they might come in and barely win, or just lose the game outright. It's like, hold on, what's going on? This wasn't a team we saw the week before. So they are very sometimey.
Yeah, they are. They are.
So, but as we push through here, we got Oregon State 16, Ole Miss, Colorado out of these three right here. I'm liking Colorado, man. I'm telling you, they are moving.
I
They are
don't.
moving.
So Oregon State 16, Ole Miss 17, and Colorado 18. I
Yeah.
think that Colorado and Ole Miss is better than Oregon State.
Mm-hmm.
I think Oklahoma is better than Oregon State. I think North Carolina is probably better than Oregon State, in my opinion. I have no hate on Oregon State, so look, don't come at me. But yeah, I don't see Oregon State being 16 above any of those teams right there, especially if I had to rearrange, 16 through 20, I would go Oklahoma, honestly.
Oklahoma here 16.
I would.
And then
Yeah.
Ole Miss, Colorado.
I would go Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Colorado, NC, and Oregon State. Yeah.
Okay, so just push us down and bump them over pretty much.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will switch spots with push that down. Yeah. So for the people that don't know, we're looking at this through Twitter, AP Top 25 poll on Spotify. But I think I would have Oklahoma 16, Colorado 17, Ole Miss 18. Or no, I have Oklahoma 16, Ole Miss 17, Colorado 18, and North Carolina 19, and Oregon State 20.
20. Okay. Yeah, so, I don't agree with that, but I like Colorado when they move down. Deion Sanders is getting the job done. Shedeur Sanders he's looking good. He started off real slow against Nebraska, but when he caught fire right there in the third, man.
So what would you have?
I agree. 100%.
I thought you said I don't agree. Okay.
No, gotcha. I 100% agree. I'd move Oklahoma to 16 and push Oregon State to 20 instead. But it happens the way it's going to happen. They're going to face some people. They're going to lose.
It's going to play out.
Yeah, it's going to play out the way it's going to play out.
But with Oklahoma at 19 and North Carolina at 20 right now, we in the future we will have our own. Me and Tom, I guess, will have our own different our own AP top 25 polls.
Yeah.
In our opinions in the future. But right now, like I said, Oklahoma. If in case y'all didn't catch that in the recap against SMU, I covered a lot of points, so I won't get too in depth about it. But Oklahoma, I think, started the game out slow. They sort of caught fire there at the end. SMU's quarterback was, quarterback was good, but their coach was a little delusional a little bit. But I mean, I get where he was coming from and some of his points, but he was talking a lot about how Oklahoma and SMU was pretty much very much the same team. That it was defensive driven game, and sometimes it happens like that throughout the
really
week.
was, and in fact, it showed Oklahoma held SMU to the lowest scoring in a while at 11 points right there. Oklahoma's defense, Oklahoma's defense is different.
It is different.
They're proving that they are making some difference out there with OBV, so I like it.
And it's Jeff Levy, man. Like some of his play calls was just questionable. Like I said, I won't get too much into it, but Oklahoma right now, if they play good offense, I think they're a top 10 team right now. Mm-hmm. I do believe that. I don't think that nobody really messes with them except for, like I said, Florida State and Texas. And we still got Texas, and we still got
the Red River here soon,
to verify a lot of things.
Those Texas teams play hard.
They do.
We'll see what they're going to eat each other alive here soon. With Baylor and Texas going up against each other. Even Texas team not to sleep on. So we'll see with the Red River rivalry how it pans out, and we'll see what's going on with Oklahoma, the true testament of their medal. Pushing forward, we got Duke at 21, Miami at 22, Washington State. I told you that's one of the teams. Don't sleep on them. They're not bad at 23, UCLA at 24, and them Hawkeyes at 25. How you like that?
Beating Iowa State this week. Hey, they show who the true champ of Iowa is.
The true cornbread boys, the corn boys.
Okay, so Duke 21 and Miami 22. I would reverse those.
Okay.
Miami showed some grit this week against Texas A&M. Texas A&M, bro, it's like you got all these 5 stars. You broke, bro. I'm going in.
You broke the bank.
You broke the bank, and probably didn't even break the bank, but you came in and you broke a record as far as total 5 stars for your program and program history. Like you got in the 22 class, and you got all these people coming in. You got all these transfers and all this stuff, and you still can't get it right. Like we're 2 years past. At this point, it's kind of like, Jimbo, what you doing, bro? And that's a simple way to put it.
Yeah, I thought him and Bobby P had it figured out. I thought they had it figured out. And they looked good during the game. It's just something fell off. Something's not clicking. There's something that they're missing a piece. They're missing something.
And it's not a lack of talent.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, you bring in, like I said, you bring all this talent in, and you can't put the puzzle pieces together. So it's kind of like A&M. I don't know if I'm going to A&M, I'm questioning that.
Yeah.
Like if I'm a recruit, I'm questioning that.
I'm questioning like, hold on, you got all this money, got all these people, but that might be it, honestly, right? That might be it. And we've seen in other sports where you get too much talent on the team, then people stop gelling, right? You lose that chemistry. Trying to be the best of the best, you get all the best together and you start butting heads. Your chemistry, it just doesn't mix well, right? So that could be it. They got all this talent, all these people, but your chemistry just isn't there, right? So that might be the reason why you try to do too much, right? Get you a couple of solid 3 stars, 4 stars, and some 5 stars who fit into key positions. Everybody doesn't have to be 5 stars. Everybody's going to want to play different. Everybody, their personalities don't match. And I think that's what happened to him, to be honest, in my opinion.
I mean, I honestly will take all explanations at this point. So yeah, but Washington State is like, I don't see them as a contender, but they are a school that you can't sleep on.
They can upset Oregon, upset USC to mess up that Pac-12.
Yeah, it's a team that you have to be careful with, if that makes sense. So UCLA, I don't know too much about UCLA as far as
they lost their big quarterback. So I'm confused how they're doing this good. They lost that quarterback to the draft, and I mean, I'm here for it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Pac-12 teams.
And we're getting rid of them.
Yeah,
I will say this. This ain't even a video for a different or a topic for a different video. This is right now. I'm not a fan of the big expansion in the playoffs. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm a fan, sorta. I don't like 12. Maybe 8 would be cool.
Yeah.
I think 8 would be perfect. Really. I mean, and I don't like all this realignment. But the Pac-12 isn't bad, bro.
It's not. I'm just confused why everybody's so ready to jump ship. And the thing I don't like is some of these teams are coming to the ACC. You're in California.
Yeah, and
and
they talk about
point?
TV revenue and things of this nature, but at the same time, it's like, are you not losing money in travel expenses?
Yeah, losing time. Now your players got to do the extra traveling to the East Coast to come play these other people. Will cross the nation come play these people. So you're losing time that can be spent recovering, practicing, getting ready for the game, preparation. I mean, but it's doable because you know who does it year in and year out? Hawaii. But we see the effect of it. Those folks, they jump ship. They go to other schools. Now it's like, what's the point of leaving Hawaii at this point if your team is still going to be traveling across the nation?
Right.
So why not just stay home, bring the talent, stay at home? And that just, it brings a lack of culture, a lack of people wanting to build where they're at. And that's what the gripes who have like the in-state kids who you have a solid in-state team and then you leave.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean,
like, go build where you're at. Build that brand where you're at.
But a lot of times, if you think about it, it's like I'm okay with people leaving their home state just because a lot of times when you think about it, maybe you don't get the best recruits out of your own state. You know what I mean? So, and I'm okay. It's one of those things where it's fair. Like if you can, except now, I mean, you got the NIL,
and you can come from anywhere with the transfer portal.
So I mean, it's a point in time where it's kind of like, if you're good enough to get me, get me. If you're not, then you're not, and you got to find somebody that is. So it's a lot of rebuilding, renegotiating as far as NIL deals, as far as TV revenue, all this things go into play, and I get that. But it's just one of those points in times where it's kind of like, why are we doing this? Are we doing this for now or the future?
Yep. I mean, all in all, the best thing to do right now is to go digging around in your backyard, find some oil, and just drop as much money as you can on these players. Try to get them to come to your school. That is your best bet. Go find a bunch of oil in your backyard and start getting some NIL to these kids. End up like Texas A&M. So that's your best bet nowadays. So, but no, that's our AP poll top 25 week 3 update. We didn't necessarily get into the scores of the game because it's more of our opinions of where everybody landed. The scores are pretty straightforward. Everybody, people who won were supposed to win for the most part. That upset with Texas, Alabama. Like we said, I saw Alabama the first couple games right there. The first game, I didn't think they were as good as they showed against.
I think it was just an upset due to rankings. The rankings. I think that Texas is the better team. But I don't think it was an upset. I think it was just an upset
of the ranking wise. Statistically, it seems like an upset, but it wasn't per se. But I will say, LSU, they're trying to get their get back, and I don't appreciate how you guys did Grambling. That's disrespectful, putting up 72 on them.
Hugh Jackson.
72 points. That is disrespectful. But again, as always, I think I'm wrapping it up right there. I think
that's it, man. That's it. We appreciate y'all showing up. We love y'all. Thank y'all for the support each and every time y'all check in and watch us. Man, just like I said, along with the support thing is y'all help us just watching the video. And if you ain't watching, just put it on your TV in the background or something like that.
Just let it ride. You riding down the street. You're stuck in traffic anyway. But before we go, I do want to get into some comments because we got people commenting. We said we would interact with you guys, and we weren't lying. We got Heavyweight, the Heavyweight 5399 on YouTube dropped us a message right there in the comments. He said, "We're in trouble, fellas. Losing the depth. We lost offensive guru and coordination. The game was hype, was worst losses being hired." He's right. That was the lowest scoring home game we've had in a while. I wouldn't say the worst loss because Georgia wasn't pretty either. I really hope you're right about not wanting to expose the players. I really do. Yesterday made me feel hopeless for the season. And I'll get into that. No need to feel hopeless. It's the beginning of the season, man. We got the kinks to work out. That's what these games are for. These are tune-up games, right? We won at the end of the day, and I think, like I had mentioned before, We're getting ready to play Florida next week. We didn't want to give extra film. You look at the plays we're running, it was RPO this, bubble screen that, run up the middle. It's the same thing over and over. It's very benign the way our play calling was. Defense did pretty good. They held them to one touchdown to the very end of the game, like it should have been. I mean, so I don't think you need to worry too much and get your hopelessness feeling. Joe Milton does have some kinks to work out. I'm not one of those fans that are always happy. No, I understand it was not a good showing from him. He has to tune in some of those passes, get some of the stuff down, but it's okay. It's the beginning of the season. Everybody still has to gel, right? We got some new people in new places, new receivers, new timing, new quarterback. So we just gotta get those kinks down. But I think we're okay heading into the swamp next week. I still think Florida is not the better team, but it's a tough place to play in the swamp at night. But it's okay, man. We're gonna be all right. We'll be all right. Don't get your head too wound up over the close game with the smaller school, but it's okay. We gonna be all right. All right.
Goodness gracious. Thank y'all for tuning in. Until next time, Bros with Mics, I'm Cody.
Bros with Mics, I'm Tomcat, baby.